Hi, everybody. So happy to be here today. We have a friendly, warm face here. Most of you guys have already met and seen Deanna. For those of you that haven't, this is Deanna Dahlinger. She works at one of the local hospitals and also has her own Instagram channel. I'm obviously put the link that they can follow you below. But today we're going to talk. So hello, how are you?
Hi, very good to see you today. Nice to see everyone. I'm glad that we're able to jump back on here together and talk about some fun, healthy foods. So I'll let you continue.
So today we've been talking, everything that we've been talking about with the craziness has been, how do we help give information that works now during the quarantine, but also will work once life goes back to what we consider to be relatively normal. So one of the things that you and I have talked about the struggles with is snacking, right? How do we acknowledge that we're eating emotionally, but also acknowledge that we can't eat emotionally every day, or this quarantine is going to turn into the most unhealthy thing for us ever. So today we're going to talk about 3 healthy snacks to feed those cravings that Deanna's going to share more about.
All right, so our first one that we're going to be talking about is chocolate. And so I don't mean a Snickers bar. What I mean is dark chocolate. So dark chocolate contains what's called flavanols, and those are great for your heart. But we want to make sure that it's a dark chocolate. So over 70%, anything over 70%, you're going to get more of those flavanols in there, more of those health properties. And so we want to aim for that. So if we are looking serving size, we'd want about an ounce, maybe 2. So that'd be maybe about the top layer of this chocolate bar here. And so what I like to do maybe at night, if I have a little bit of a sweet tooth, I'll grab some fresh bananas or some strawberries, chop them up, and then chop up this chocolate and sprinkle it on top. And it really helps get that fix, that sweetness, but at the same time, we're still getting those health benefits out of it.
So I think talking about portion control is also really important, because I have a tendency when I emotional eat that serving sizes go out the window. So if I'm like doing something monotonous, like watching TV or reading a book, right? The more you have in front of you, the more you will eat. So I always decide my serving size before I ever get started. So that way, when I'm done, I don't think twice about it.
Yes, absolutely. So taking that serving size and not standing up while you're eating it, kind of mindfully eating it, enjoying it, maybe putting it on your tongue and actually really enjoying those flavors. So that's definitely a good piece to consider.
You might be a better person than me, because when I'm around chocolate, I'm like, the more the merrier, right?
Yes.
Unfortunately, you know the deal. As soon as you eat too much of any one thing, you feel gross afterwards, right? So moderation for everything.
Yes.
All right.
Exactly.
Number 1.
Okay.
What's number 2?
So number 2, to help kind of meet that salty fix that we might need. And so that would be something like mixed nuts. So this one here, it has some almonds in there, some cashews, even some peanuts, and then it also has some dried blueberries in there. So these are, again, also great for your heart. We have a little trend going here, but as well, when we are considering portion sizes, so something like this, about the size of the palm of your hand, that's a good estimate for a portion size of this. So that's about a 1/4 cup. So again, taking that and pulling it out of the package instead of eating right from the package, that's going to fill you up with fiber and protein, and that's going to really help hit those cravings.
So far you're an ace. I'm going to say that.
Pardon? Okay, sorry, cut out on the last piece.
I think something where you can add the salty and sweet together is really useful for people. I think that it's sometimes just a good blend, and it helps. Even if you're hungry, it helps satiate you as well. So that way you walk away feeling less hungry as well.
Mm-hmm. And that's why I love kind of a little nut mix, because it's going to have that fiber and going to have that protein, and you're going to feel, and those healthy fats as well. So that's going to help fill you up. It's not just kind of an empty snack.
Well, and the great part is, Trader Joe's, Whole Foods, you can go pretty much bulk food. You can go pretty much anywhere and find a lot of these already mixed together. So it's not like you have to be creative at home and portion and ratio. You can buy some really healthy ones with not with no additives or anything like that at pretty much any grocery store.
Mm-hmm. Yes, absolutely. Pretty much anywhere you can get them. So highly recommend that as a number 2 snack.
Cool. All right. Last but not least, what's number 3?
Last but not least would be popcorn. And so, yes, so this can either feed that salty sweet tooth or that salty little fix that you need, or that sweet tooth, depending on how we make it. So what I do is I will get the kernels and I'll cook it stovetop actually in some coconut oil. And then you can either make it kind of savory by adding things like soy sauce to it, like some like coconut aminos or things along those lines, those soy sauce alternatives. Then you mix some wasabi powder with there and maybe some red pepper flakes, and then that will give it kind of that umami kind of flavoring. So we can either satisfy it that way, or we can go in the sweet direction. So maybe adding like apple pie spice to it, some cinnamon, a little vanilla extract, and then toss it all together. And there you kind of have a sweet tooth fix as well. So you can really get creative with this. There are a trillion different ideas on Pinterest as well that you guys can look up to kind of really spruce up that popcorn. And so this is full of fiber again, so it's going to make you feel fuller and satisfied, and it's really going to help. It's really good for your heart as well. So really recommend including this kind of as one of those pieces if you do need a sweet or a salty fix.
Well, and the fun part is, since I'm a big fan of meal prepping and stuff like that, if you know you're going to be home and this has become kind of a staple in your house, right? It's easy to kind of make ahead, as long as you don't make it too greasy where it doesn't keep. But making popcorn at home or buying it pre-packaged, air popped already, I mean, it's easy to grab some and add something to it. And, one day can be sweet, the next day can be salty, but it's also not something that's going to take you 4 hours to make either. So we want quick and we want healthy-ish.
Yes, absolutely. And so that's our goal here. And so this one will work, especially for you, Sarah, kind of knowing that you like to have that snack food that keeps going. So about 3 cups, that's about 1 serving size. So that's a pretty good amount. So if you do feel like you need a little bit of comfort food, maybe while you're watching a movie, you can grab that 3 cups of that popcorn. That's a pretty good amount, and have that for you while you watch that movie.
So do you have a favorite of the 3? Do you have one that, like, if you could only pick one that you would pick?
If I could only pick one, what would it be? I really love the apple pie spice. That's one that I make kind of on the regular. It's just, you can also add in, so I've had dried apple slices as well, and I have added that in there, and that just brings it up to a whole new level. So you can really get as creative as you want. So say you have the chocolate, for instance, you could always add a little bit of that chocolate in there as well, so you get that sweet and savory. You can really play around with popcorn in kind of any way that you want. So whatever ingredients you have on hand, you can really get creative with that.
Well, and I'm also thinking you could just take all 3 and just mix them all together.
Yes, there you go.
Popcorn and the chocolate and the blueberries, and just make your own special concoction. That's a little bit more intense than probably what we're going for. But the great part about this is no matter how you mix it, it can be healthy, and it doesn't have to be overly stringent either. So you can be flexible with it and whatever you have in the house. So, if you don't have mixed nuts in the house, I'm guessing you probably either have almonds or walnuts or pecans or something like that you can start to intermix flavors, and you'll know what your favorite is, right? I know that I prefer blueberries over, raisins, if I can, you know what I mean? So I would just say play around with it and have fun.
Yes, absolutely. Just grab whatever's in your cupboard and get creative. And if you do have kids, this is a great way to have them get involved with this as well, so they can kind of add in those different mixes and really get involved. And so it's kind of a fun way that you can all do this together as well.
Because go figure, with most of the families I know, nobody likes everything one way, right? So this gives flexibility without stressing out moms and dads.
Yes, absolutely. Yes, we don't want to stress out any more than we need to right now.
No, absolutely. We want healthy snacks that we can eat that are helping our heart and helping us keep our stress under control. So I'm so grateful for you. I'm so grateful that you took the time to help educate us on healthy snacks because, as you all know, this is not the time that we are all fasting. We are all eating probably more than we normally do, and rightfully so, right? There's a lot of stress going on. So we might as well make best use of our snacking and do it in the right way.
Yes, absolutely. Well, thank you so much for having me. I'm glad that I could share these tips with everyone. And I look forward to continuing to do some more videos for everyone to share all of this, these fun nutritious facts with them.
Cool. We'll come up with some new ideas. We'll talk soon.
All right.
We hope you enjoyed today's topic. If you like it, please subscribe and ring the bell for more topics related to this one.